Let's talk about Prime Video's biggest release of the weekend, which is 13 Lives. It hit theaters last week and is now available at home for everybody, telling the story of 12 boys and their coach who explore the Tham Luang caves when an unexpected rainstorm traps them, and the story of the world-class divers who navigate through miles of dangerous cave networks to discover the boys and get them to safety. This one is directed by Ron Howard, interestingly, who's a director who has made a lot of films that I think are good, but a lot of films that I don't like too, especially recently. And I don't know if this is a compliment or a backhanded compliment, but I'd say this is easily the best film he's made in at least 10 years, at least since Rush, if not before them. Look at the track record, man. It's not
my man made Rush. My man made... That might have been 10 years ago, Zach, but he still made Rush. That might have been 9 years ago.
I said since Rush. Rush.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Because this is like...
Might just be.
Yeah, it's not great, man. But this one is a kind of beautifully filmed and gripping, understated docudrama that is a, moment by moment kind of recreation of this incredible true story that, as we've talked about previously on Intercut, was the subject of a really thrilling documentary called The Rescue. I even preferred seeing this version of it to The Rescue because I think one thing that I was not expecting, particularly given that, you see the posters for this movie or you see the ads for this movie, and they're really emphasizing, we got Viggo Mortensen, we got Colin Farrell, we got Joel Edgerton. Here are your famous American or like famous in America, at least
trust them,
movie stars. Yeah. A lot of this movie actually spends time with the various Thai officials and Thai locals who were really, integral in this operation. It's like 15, 20 minutes before we even see Colin or Viggo. And I think the way in which this story really feels like it's telling you the full picture, showing you like it's not just that they were diving through the caves, but it's the people who are working to stop the rainwater from seeping through sinkholes in the mountains. And it impacted all the people in the town where the water was diverted to. And there's just a scope to this film that is balancing the stories of like 20, 30 characters and actually giving you like a depth to their story in a way that like a Bullet Train would never even try to. I don't know.
Like that.
I thought it was really well done. Damn. And I want to go back to just talking about how understated it is because it's such an emotional story. And I think you could really play into the, make it very treacly, very, very melodramatic. And rather than do that, they just kind of like try to get it done, right? Like try to get to the next step. Even in the performances, there's a really amazing moment that Colin Farrell gets towards the end of this film where he's worried something's gone wrong. And rather than be at this big moment where the music gets dramatic or the sound effects get crazy, you just see him a little bit exacerbated and a little bit, he's breathing a little bit more heavily. And when you have a guy like Colin Farrell, he can really sell a moment like that. It's a little bit, it's almost 2.5 hours long. This film felt shorter to me than the, 95-minute They, Them. It grabs you and there's not a moment wasted. I think this is really just like, honestly, one of the best Amazon films I've seen. And it's probably going to be an honorable mention for me when we get to Best of the Year later this year.
Bro, we were just talking last week. 2 hours and a half in the theater. Yeah, no, thank you. This is coming out on Prime.
Man. I regret it so hard.
We'll see that in the background. All right, I am sold. It's a StatCast.
It's a StatCast.
I saw a little bit of it. Alita was watching it in the morning, and I was telling Zach this. I was like, I saw one moment, and it looked like they were filming the outside scenes like you would the inside cave moments. And I was like, I don't know, it just looked really trippy. So I'm glad that you have given it the thumbs up because, I also really enjoyed The Rescue. It is one of the most claustrophobic. I was nauseous after watching that one in the theaters. That one's on Disney Plus, if I'm not mistaken. So you're able to catch The Rescue.
Yeah, it is. You will also feel that claustrophobia from this because you get those like shots where they're diving through these tunnels and you can't see much and the sound just fully puts you underwater. I think it's really, really good. I was not ready for how much I was going to enjoy this one. I put it on like late last night, and I'm there on the edge of my couch at like 1:30 in the morning.
You already know how it ends too. You've literally seen the story.
Yeah.
Hey, the people from 13 Lives, send Zach a pillow. He needs to add to his collection.
Exactly. I will replace my rescue pillow with a 13 Lives pillow.
You don't even need to replace
one.
it, bro. You're going to have the rescue pillow, the 13 Lives pillow. I'm pretty sure they're working on a miniseries for this story as well. You're going to add that one to the collection. It's going to be a whole little set. All right. I'm looking forward to catching this one over on Amazon Prime. Sounds good.
Yeah. I hope some people check it out and like it, because I thought I was not ready for how much I was going to enjoy this one. So
solid.
13 Lives on Amazon Prime Video.